Welcome back to Underground Nutrition After Hours. Today we're talking about muscle worship.
And Scott abusing his cats.
I never would abuse my cats. That's crazy.
I can lunge all over the place.
Yes.
Isolate.
Welcome back to Underground Nutrition After Hours. I'm your host, Scott, and these are my two sidekicks, John and Justin from Paramount Gym. Say hello, guys.
Hello, guys.
I almost said side bitches.
Side pieces.
Your bottom bitches. We got demoted from best friends to sidekicks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just came up with that off the top of my head. We're trying new intros out,
I like
see what
it.
sticks.
We'll see how it works out, see if people like it.
I like best friends better.
It's my best
Heterosexual soulmates.
Heterosexual life partners. I own a supplement store in New Jersey. We have a few locations, and these two guys opened a, what did you say, with a boutique-style gym,
That's a perfect way to phrase it.
which you have high-end equipment, high-end user experience, cool colors, cool lighting,
Cool everything.
mirrors,
Mirrors. Most gyms have mirrors.
We do have mirrors.
a lot of mirrors,
a lot of mirrors, a lot of equipment.
2 bathrooms.
Well,
bathrooms.
one bathroom technically, unless you're gender fluid.
1 bathroom.
Yes.
Oh.
Well,
I think it's going to confuse people.
That's going to confuse people. We have a men's room and a woman's room.
There we go.
Oh, okay.
It's
2 bathrooms, like I
Right.
said. And we do a little podcast where we talk about current events
And supplements.
and supplements. We
And working out.
sort of.
Everything. A little bit of
a
everything.
little bit of everything. We try to keep it in the vein of
We're like an everything bagel.
yeah.
It's my favorite bagel.
It's the best bagel.
Also the best Trader Joe's seasoning.
Yeah, I use
Oh,
that in the
yeah,
morning on my
that shit is
avocado toast.
Throw it on some eggs.
Do you like egg? I might even be partial to egg everything bagels over regular everything bagels.
No,
I
can't
feel
do
like
it.
I feel like I'm being healthy when I have an egg bagel. I have no idea what an egg bagel is. It's
I don't
just a
think
different
it's-
color.
I don't
It's a
think
yellow bagel.
healthier.
You feel like you're being healthy, huh?
Yeah, just because it's something about egg.
Egg. Egg.
I think it's egg.
Egg.
It's a,
Egg.
I say egg.
All right.
Say leg.
Leg.
Jersey
Say
boy.
pillow.
Pillow.
You did that on purpose.
I also say milk.
Milk.
And we do a little show about current events. We try to keep it in the vein of sports and nutrition and training. I was a former power lifter, and I used to go to the gym a lot. Now I sort of go once in a while, and I do various exercises.
Yeah, you do. You do a lot of kettlebell swings.
I bought a kettlebell. I do kettlebell swings in my garage where no one can see. And I occasionally bench press. I have a chest day. I have a back day. And then I have a cardio day. And I'll see
We
you
had a
next
leg
week.
day the other day.
I do legs at least once or twice a month.
There you go.
I'm gonna get back into it. Just one of these days, I'm gonna flip the switch, and we're gonna bring back the beast.
2016, Scott Lasher.
2016, 260,
Shredded.
sub 10%.
Shredded.
Yeah, those were the glory days.
We're bringing them back.
It's a bittersweet for me to think about because I know when I see the outside of myself in pictures, I say, "Wow, there's a guy." But then I think about what's going on behind those eyes.
And we're unhappy.
These
What's
eyes.
going on? What's going on in the background?
Never gonna see it.
Yeah. And I think, well, was it worth it? And then I say yes.
Do you think it's possible?
To do it natural?
No. Do you realistically
Bring
think
it back.
that you could get yourself back to 2016, Scott?
No. I mean,
Given all the tools.
I could come close.
Okay.
I'm a little older. I'm down 2 large muscles. My left bicep is in my shoulder. And
Bicep is like the
Along with
smallest muscle.
Have you seen me in a tank with the torn?
I
would have to wear an armband because it's so unaesthetic.
Right.
It's because my arms are big.
They are.
And that is it's such an obvious flaw in my physique.
It just looks funny.
It looks funny. It looks
Yeah.
like a Popeye.
Yeah.
You know, like kind of.
Yeah, you were feeling yourself one day in the gym in the summer, whipped off the shirt, and I was like, whoa, look
I
at
dried
that
out a
arm.
little. I took some water pills and I looked lean for me for a day. That was fun.
Hairy shoulders.
Speaking of aesthetics, Mr. Olympia.
Oh, yeah.
You talking about me?
No.
That was an early segue.
No, well, I didn't. You said you got to get people engaged quick.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, you're right. So we should jump right in. This show is going to be about really smart on our part. Everybody who's into bodybuilding is over the Mr. Olympia that happened last week, and everybody else in the world doesn't care about bodybuilding.
Correct.
So let's jump on that wave.
Sure.
Let's miss that wave.
Yeah.
And talk about
Let's remind everyone that it happened.
2023 Mr. Olympia. I used to be into bodybuilding.
Did you used to like watch the Olympia and
No.
and get the pay-per-view?
Yeah,
event?
I mean a little bit. My coach Nick Trigilli. At that particular when I was like training like a bodybuilder, like when I powerlifted, I watched powerlifting a little bit. I just
You want to know a funny story real quick?
yeah.
Right when we started hanging out, like right after we started hanging out, probably like the end of, I guess the Olympia's every time this time every year, right?
Yeah.
So it was this time 2015. I remember I was with you having dinner at Alan's house when you lived in Freehold, and you guys had like the Olympia on the TV, and you guys were like talking about it, and this guy looks awesome, blah blah blah, and I remember thinking to myself, like, am I gonna have to like watch this stuff? Like, do I have to like know about this stuff to be their friends? I was just super nervous.
It was just a fad, I think, or a phase. I was into bodybuilding, so I cared about like physique and stuff. So, and whenever you're into something, you kind of like have to immerse yourself into it. Although I never would step on a stage, I acted like I was competing for something. I would train that way. I took the drugs that way. But in the back of my mind, I always knew bodybuilding was gay and not for me. And
the little chuckle from Donnie in the background.
No good? Well, because you told me I can't say it. So that's when somebody says I can't say something, it's go, go, go.
Why didn't you ever compete?
Being completely honest,
Yes.
I don't have the
Mental fortitude?
no, I think I had the discipline for sure. I don't have any desire to stand. Maybe it's fear, or if you
You don't think you'll be good enough?
Well, I know that from my coach Nick Trigilli. We talked about it one time, and he's a guy who had his pro card and did pretty well, and still looks good to this day. And he's a lunatic, but he told me, he said just don't do it. Because the truth is that all things even, if I was the best I could possibly be with my genetics and muscle bellies, I wouldn't be top 5 in the state. And it's sort of why I gave up powerlifting, is because
What's the point?
It's like exercise in futility, and you have to really throw your life into it. Like every day has to be about it, or you shouldn't compete. And I really have no desire in wearing spandex, and like all power to people who can do that. I don't fault people for doing it. I think the sport is, we put it in quotes, but I have a lot of friends that are bodybuilders.
Yeah.
We sure do.
Me too.
Yeah, we do too.
Like it's like I have a black friend, but
right.
I don't hate bodybuilders. I have a friend who's a
I have
bodybuilder.
a friend who's a bodybuilder. Some of my best friends are bodybuilders.
Yeah.
Well, I think, and I don't know if it's too early to jump off topic, but I think that just like everything else, any other hobby, passion, whatever, they're bodybuilders, in my opinion, are broken down into 2 categories. And like I said, it's with any hobby or passion. And there's the bodybuilders that would compete regardless of if social media existed.
Yeah.
And there's the bodybuilders that would not be bodybuilders and not care about bodybuilders if social media disappeared tomorrow.
Right. It's like if a tree falls in the woods.
Yes. And I feel that way about artists. I feel that way about anything.
Any
graphic
kind of
designers.
Yeah. So people who only do it because of the attention it garners, and because in order to be seen 20 years ago in the bodybuilding world, you had to compete and you had to be somebody. You had to get into the magazines.
Yeah.
You have to, you had to be in the scene, and those are the guys like the Dave Palumbo in the 80s, and you had to be in the early 90s. You had to be somebody, and you had to be into the scene. You had to be about it because you loved it. But now anybody with a 6-pack and a social media and paid for 100,000 followers can be a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
Because they competed at their local high school and took 3rd place. Now have a coaching program
Yeah.
for $250 a month.
You can look like me.
I'll teach you how to get abs.
Well, the personality, I think the personality, and again, the same can be said about any type of passion, but I feel like bodybuilding it just used to feel different, or it had a different vibe to it. Like you said, the Arnold Schwarzenegger, the Jay Cutler,
It was exclusive.
it was not even just exclusive. There was a lot less people doing it, but that's because there wasn't a ton of attention to be had by it. I don't know. I mean, it was just you go to the gym, you train for fucking 5 hours like a psychopath. You take a ton of drugs, and there was some type of outcast label to it. I don't know.
Yeah, it was like a freakish kind of thing. Like it was definitely not the main purpose for people going to the gym is not to look like Jay Cutler, I don't think, but the sport has definitely evolved into even in my 10 years of being in this business and doing this kind of stuff has changed a lot, and it's I wouldn't say it's unrecognizable. This year was kind of fun though. I thought the open class was interesting. I felt really bad about Nick Walker, and I've come like full circle on Nick Walker. I used to kind of think he was I took like the Boston Lloyd used to trash on him, and I kind of thought he was a dopey guy. He was just gonna he's just taking all the drugs, and his frame a few years ago was like much more refrigerator like. He had like big cankles, but he has put in a lot of work. And then to see him get that hamstring,
get hurt,
hamstring injury, like a week
couple
out.
weeks out, right?
Yeah, and
that kind of sucks.
I watched the video. He's crying for 30 minutes on social media. I was kind of cringe, but I felt bad for him. But I had to fast forward through most of that.
He cares. I mean, that's the one thing. At least he cares. He's not just.
I think he's grown up a lot.
Yeah,
I used to kind of clown on him a little bit because I thought he was sort of dopey, but I don't. Now I have a different. I think but it sucks because I think he would have definitely been in the top 3.
You don't think he would have won?
No, I mean, it's hard to say.
Yeah, it's all
you have no
subjective.
idea. I mean, the top 3 guys were
mutants.
Yeah, they were in great shape.
There was some controversy with it too. No, the dude that came in second, did he win it last year?
Yeah, Hottie.
Yeah.
So Derek Lunsford won it, and he broke a record or did a first time ever. He had won 212. He was Mr. Olympia for the 212 at one point, and then he's the only guy to win 212 and then come back and win the Open.
Stepped up, yeah.
Which means he put on a ton of muscle,
serious size.
He's a hard worker. Everybody says he's a really nice guy. His social media's not dead serious, family guy, family man.
Where's he from?
I don't know. Jersey, maybe.
I think he's from around here.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm not sure where he's
Dylan was shooting with him a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I see a lot of pictures of him in this area, so it may be the tri-state area. But, yeah, some of the controversy was, I mean, Hottie who won last year and took second place this year, looked great.
He looked ridiculous.
And he was, by all accounts, and again, I'm not super into bodybuilding like I used to be. I saw some comparison pictures where the case was made that Hottie was a little drier, and he looked a little drier.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the thing about bodybuilding; it's like subjective. So maybe this year the judges were looking for fullness and size, and maybe over perfect conditioning or super dry.
Yeah, I heard Jay Cutler said that he won it from one of his poses. It was like the back double bicep back pose that he just annihilated everyone with that.
He looked big. He looked. Derek looked huge, like a monster in most of the shots, and I could see why people were upset about Hottie, and a lot of people were saying it's because he's Iranian and English. He doesn't speak English very well. Derek is a better representative for the sport. And
they pulled the.
Oh yeah,
they pulled the race card.
They've done that with Big Ramy. They say people. Everybody's got fanboy. It's really strange to be a fanboy of a heavyweight bodybuilder.
Of a naked
of all
man
the
on
things,
stage.
of all the things,
Just bodybuilders, period, or
to
heavyweight?
like stand for fucking
Anyone.
bodybuilders. Oh, any of them. I mean, like the C-Bum
Because I've seen a lot of dudes reposting naked pictures of C-Bomb. I think it's a little strange.
It is really weird.
Yeah, it's just a little strange to be an adult male and to put on your story another adult male in his bikini shorts.
Right.
It's a little
And
weird. I get
hashtag goals.
Do you get it?
Oh, no, Underground, we have to repost that stuff. If you
Get
tag us,
honest.
I got to.
Somebody.
I mean, if you're competing, you're one of our athletes. I'm not going to put
No, but there's
eggplant
somebody. But
emoji
you
over your
know
shit.
them. You know them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
these people are just
In
putting
theory.
These people.
That's like me
they're your
putting a-
athletes.
Right,
Yeah,
that's like
yeah.
me putting a picture of like Patrick Mahomes in his tighty whities and being like, "Oh, goals, man! I want to be a quarterback." Like, come on, man! That guy's weenie is hanging out. You know?
Yeah, goals.
Yeah,
I always found that a little strange, but
listen,
whatever.
to each his own. I mean,
if it's what you love, it's what you love.
right? I'm not going to hate on anyone. Do I think it's the whole subjective thing is what gets me? Is like there's no clear cut winner because so and so judge thinks they look the best. It's not like a powerlifting competition. It's not like a CrossFit competition.
It's
or
a beauty
track and field.
pageant.
Right? It's a glorified man beauty pageant.
And it's political.
Yeah, I think the sport itself is going to look at who's going to be the best representative and who brings in the most money.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think that's all. I mean, that's part of politics across the board. I mean, I've heard this Schwarzenegger arguments, but I've heard the arguments on both sides with what happened this year. And to be honest with you, it was so close that I wouldn't have been surprised if any one of those three guys who were in the top three won.
Yeah.
You couldn't say like, oh,
they weren't deserving.
unless you're a total fanboy or a stan. And you're completely like, oh, I love the way this guy looks. I need him. He's my
I need him.
He's my favorite.
Yeah.
Well, whatever.
I like that Eminem reference you just made.
Stan.
Yeah.
I think is that where it comes from?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Standing?
it definitely does.
He has a song, Stan,
But
about
the-
a fan who's obsessed
Scott
with
knows
him.
that.
Yeah, I know the song. That's the spaghetti song, right? Mom's Spaghetti.
That's not even close, but that's fine. That
That's
was
a
part of the
different one,
movie,
but I appreciate
I heard that he's dating Minky Minaj.
Minaj. Yeah,
Nicki
that's her name.
Minaj.
Minky-
Eminem is?
Is dating, yeah, and somebody said that those are going to be the fastest arguments ever. And I thought
You couldn't wait to get that joke out.
I thought that was pretty funny.
I
He said
I
that-
didn't hear that, but maybe
I didn't hear that either.
I heard, and maybe
see
it
it on
was just
Twitter?
for the joke. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe it was just for the joke. I don't know, but I believed it because I don't care to not believe it. I wasn't going to be like, oh no, I need to look deeper into this.
right.
So the open class was we had Derek, and then we had Hadi, and then
Hadi.
third place was Simone,
Yeah.
Simone Panda.
Something was wrong with him too.
Dwayne?
Wasn't there? Wasn't there some? Didn't he have like he wasn't able to eat? I think I read somewhere that he wasn't able to eat for like the 30 hours before because he had something wrong with his like belly or something.
Oh, I
and
don't
he
care.
still showed out. I don't know. Don't quote me. I'm not really.
Then
into
he
this
should have
stuff.
been in better. He should have been in better condition.
Yeah.
Classic. We had C-Bomb, obviously.
Shocking.
C-Bum. This is what, 4 times or 5 times?
5 times.
Is he gonna hang it up soon or what?
Well, yeah, I don't always go to Nick Trigilli for my like any sort of like cerebral takes on anything. I do watch his stuff, and I like Nick, but he posted a video where he said basically like enough is enough. He won 5. Where do you go from here? He's got some immune disorder.
Right.
He's got a good a wife. I think it's a wife or at least a fiance.
They got engaged.
And he's expressed that he wants to have children. You want Mr. Like, what are you trying to do? You're trying to beat the 8-time title. You're trying to win the most.
I'm sure he's got plenty of money in the bank.
Yeah,
plenty of belts underneath his.
I get it, like the love of the sport, and I would never tell another man what to do. Like, I don't care. Like, if you want to kill yourself,
But yeah, this sport's
bodybuilding,
different, man. Like the amount of drugs that they have to take and the damage they do to their body, because it's not a healthy sport, even minus the drugs, especially on the women's side.
Yeah,
But like
hormonally, yeah.
hormonally, what these women and these girls are doing to their bodies is just not healthy, and I don't understand it. These girls that want to get into it. And
Well, we can get into the Miss Olympia if you want.
Sure, not really. I'd like to wrap this topic
Everyone's
up.
favorite part of the Mr. Olympia is the Miss Olympia.
I'm sure it is.
But yeah, he said, but it wasn't even so much the health aspect of it. It's just that he has got, a million broccoli top fans from 16 to 24 years old who like absolutely admire the guy, and for good reason. Because, in my opinion, that's my favorite look in bodybuilding. No homo.
Yeah.
If I could snap my finger, if somebody's like, "What would you like to look like?" Chris Bumstead, 16 weeks out from a show, would be my walking around self.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
You know,
That would be really sick.
I think that proportion, that frame, the height,
it's healthy.
it looks good. I think it's aesthetic. I really like classic.
Now, how much of that do you think is genetics, though?
Almost all of it.
All of it, right?
Yeah. I mean, like, you just take me and you, for example. We take the same drugs. We do the same workouts. We eat the same food. We're going to have two totally different looks. And it's like the thing with heavyweights, notoriously, the open are short guys. You know, guys who are anywhere from 5'5" to 5'9". I would guess like Derek is probably 5'7", 8, 5'9", you know, something like around.
Yeah,
there.
I was surprised when I met Jay Cutler at how short he was. I always thought he was taller.
Yeah, they look like monsters.
Yeah.
But that's what gives that open look. That's the big difference between classic and open. And they even changed classic around. They changed some of the weight requirements. They're trying to kind of tilt the scales out of Chris Bumstead's favor, from what I understand. I don't know. I'm not that into it, but Chris Bumstead definitely has one of the best looks. In my opinion, classic and Chris Bumstead revitalized bodybuilding. I don't think anybody in open could do that, because I really don't think that's what kids want to look like.
Nobody
for the
wants
most
to look
part.
like that.
People wanted to look like Schwarzenegger back in the day, not Lou Ferrigno.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, people want the tall sort of aesthetic, big legs, but not overly crazy big package.
Lean muscle.
Yeah.
Lean muscle mass.
So, but what I was saying was Nick Trigilli was saying you got all these kids who like look up to you, and like everybody understands. We all the internet. Everybody understands that you're taking grams of gear.
Mm-hmm.
You have the best coaches in the world. You're bringing Tupperware to Christmas Eve.
Mm-hmm.
If you're about it, you're about it. Like, what's that kid's name? That 19-year-old kid with the hair. He's actually pretty smart. He's huge.
From
Sam, that one on
Sam.
Silic or Sol.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, he's like that young, like, next wave of bodybuilders. But you see the kids in the gym and how we were.
I mean, obviously, working out there's a huge vanity component to it. I mean, yes, there's the health component as well, but you have,
is anybody honestly, is anybody going to the gym for heart health?
the guy next to you.
He's not, though. He wants to be shredded on the beach, and he wants to look good with his clothes off. Your heart is secondary to that. Don't lie. Don't fucking lie to me, dude.
He wants to be healthy.
Yes,
he wants to be healthy. He wants to
secondary. If he wanted to be healthy, he would never in his life take
his
any
savior
sort
gave
of
him.
anabolics.
What'd you say, John?
He wants to make the most of the machine that his savior gave to him.
I'll just be honest. I'll be honest. When I was bodybuilding, I was in the best shape. Let me tell you, the last thing on my mind was how fucking healthy my heart was.
I think health is
secondary.
played less of a role in his over the years, but I think that Justin is. I think health is a higher priority on Justin's list than most people I know.
He wants to walk the line, though, because we will all do unhealthy things for the sake of a physique or strength, but then you'll have some
but there's a lot of stuff he wouldn't do.
You'll take some glycine at night, you know.
I'll take some glycine. I'll take my
You'll
fish oil.
some
I'll do
beef.
I'll do my D3.
You'll take a cold shower.
I'll do my cold showers, but
You'll listen to healthy podcasts.
Right, but I'm
Read books.
definitely going to shoot gear.
Yeah, you're definitely going to take a couple grams of gear a month.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely. So I mean that's where the line is towed, I guess, that you're talking about.
I think vanity keeps him going also.
I think so too.
Vanity keeps him going because I think I ask you that not that long ago.
Who, me?
Yeah,
about
I'm like why how have you managed to stay up? I was like picking. I was trying to get some inspo from Justin to put the fucking snacks down. And I'm like,
how do you do it?
Yeah, because I'm
wants
like
you to say it's a drug. He wants to tell you, like, he wants you to take out a pill bottle and be like, this is how I do it.
This is the magic potion, bro. This is how you do it.
I think that Justin is, when he said something to me in the realm of he doesn't want to lose the progress that he's made up to this point, I think.
Yeah, use me as an example when you're on the stairs.
Right.
You don't want to fucking fall apart like
as
Scott.
I'm trucking along on the stairs 45 minutes, 5 days a week. Yeah, I like Scott. Scott's right, though. Like, I do care about my health. There's a huge part of it is that I want to look good when I take my shirt off at the beach or whatever, at home or shore. Do I do things that are really good for my health? Absolutely. I do high-intensity workouts. I spike my heart rate. I take cold showers. I would love to get in a sauna, but I don't have it. But I'm taking gear. So if I cared so much about my health, I wouldn't do that.
He's an American Psycho. That's what he is. He's like this in the mirror.
That's not true.
That's not true.
Oh man, I just went to bat for you.
Thank you, John. I appreciate
And he
it.
told
I
you
really
that you
do.
were wrong. So, but to the Trigilli point was that Chris Bumstead has an opportunity, and I agree with this to a certain extent. I'm going to say two things. Number one, I don't care what grown men do with their time, and I'm not one of those people that's going to like shill for like, oh, you have a big platform and therefore you're responsible for everybody who likes you. That's not true. But Chris does have an opportunity here to have done something amazing for the sport, walk away with his health relatively intact, and show everybody involved that it doesn't need to be some spurgy, autistic, do it till you die sort of thing.
Well, I want to make. I have 2 points, and then we can move on from the Chris Bumstead thing. And the one thing I said to you the other day is, I'm sure, which you don't take into account, and I think I used the comparison. I made the Gordon Ryan comparison because his stomach is literally falling apart. He's Babe Ruthing every single one of his matches against anybody in the world. Yeah, and I think it's hard to take the crown off.
It is. But
you don't want to.
It'd be one thing to if you keep going, eventually you're going to lose. You're not going to. You can't win forever. So it's either you pass the crown down undefeated, or you keep risking it and pushing the envelope. Because Chris makes, if you look at his over the 5 Olympias, he has made improvements, which is insane, for all 5 years. Yeah. Small improvements, but improvements nonetheless on essentially a perfect package.
Right, from jump.
But how long can you do that for is the question of the century. How long can you do it before you lose or you have serious long-term health effects? And if he wants to have a kid, I mean.
And the second point is, do you think that, because I definitely think it's debatable or an interesting conversation, is do you think that Chris Bumstead has shined a negative light or stained the concept? I don't know how to put into words what I'm saying. I just feel like
this is a podcast.
I feel like people gotta
figure that out.
Yeah,
no.
Just start spewing it. Whatever.
Stop being mean to me.
I'm gonna put another.
Right, he's gonna quit again. Don't
dim
be
the
mean
lights. It's monologue John time.
Right.
Go ahead. No, do you think that there's, because I would say I think that there's some type of correlation between like competing and getting your pro card and thinking that it's going to end up like Chris Bumstead?
Well, yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand the point I'm trying to make?
Yeah. Like a lot of people who are put it all out there for a pro card, thinking that there's
like it's the NFL draft.
Right.
Yeah. Well, just to put that in perspective, and this is off the top of my head, so I might be wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure that the prize for winning Mr. Olympia in Classic Physique was $60,000, and I'd be willing to bet that food and drugs over the course of the year was more than $60,000.
Yeah.
Granted, he has Chris sponsorships, his own supplement line. He's making money. He's getting $30,000, $20,000 for appearances. So he is the gold standard. He is as good as you're getting in the sport in terms of I would imagine if everybody who competed last week that his appearance from him would probably cost them more than the open heavyweight.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's wild. And people want to do this to their body to maybe do that.
Yeah.
Just to have a IBBF pro in their Twitter handle.
Well, and it's another thing. It's like some people just compete for the sake of competing. They want to be the best. But now, especially in my business where I own a supplement, people are always looking for sponsorships. They don't really understand ROI, return on investments. And you have to look at if you're going to get into bodybuilding, you have to look at yourself, at the whole thing as an ROI. If you're doing it for the love of the sport and you want to just be the best you can and kick ass on stage, great. But if you're getting into the sport now as somebody who looks pretty good in the gym that you train at, and you think in your head, like, I'm going to get sponsorships, I'm going to compete, I'm going to get my pro card, and it's going to pay your bills, you're out of your fucking mind.
Yeah, you got a better chance making money being an influencer.
Yeah.
Like, for real.
Yeah, you'd have to do both things.
Yeah, someone like Luke or anyone, they are the ones that are making more money than, Joe Smith that got his pro card. Like, you have your pro card and you're working.
Frank's one of the strongest men in the world, literally, and he has to work.
Yeah.
There's nobody. It's like nobody.
Yeah.
It's not that nobody cares. People care, but then there's no money for people who are fourth.
No, we got a pro that comes to our gym. He's a legit pro, and he's a manager.
He
at
works a full-time job.
He works a full-time job.
Yeah, that's what you have to do. So I mean, there's no whatever.
That's crazy, man. And people are doing this to their bodies for $50K and a sponsorship from Abe.
Yeah. Well, we got the 212s. There was the Sean Clarita got dethroned. He lost the 212
I don't know
crown.
what that means.
Sean Clarita lost 212. I don't. Really
I met him too.
Did you? I met him at my store.
At Underground.
At Underground, we had him.
That's awesome.
Then we
Got to hang out at Underground more.
I didn't go.
If you want to mingle with the stars.
I'm all set. I'd rather go to a CrossFit
We've
event.
had all the.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that.
Then we had men's bikini.
What?
Men's bikini. Oh, men's physique.
Okay.
That's
with the long shorts, right?
Yeah, it's the ones where you don't really need legs.
Right.
I don't care about that. That's Ryan. What's his name? I'm sure he looked great.
Congrats, Ryan.
And then women's is the craziest fucking thing. You know how many classes there are for women? Imagine having to be at this show, dude. Have you ever been to a bodybuilding show?
No.
Oh, my God. All fucking day. So, for men, you got men's open, you got classic, you got 212, you got men's physique.
Right.
All right, that's a lot of guys.
Right.
It's a lot of fucking guys you got to watch all fucking day.
Naked.
Basically naked, and like you're there, and you're like, oh, look at that guy's.
Look at the guy's glutes.
Look at those striated fucking glutes.
Man, that is
his
awesome.
glutes are not as good as that guy's glutes.
I want my glutes to look like that.
Look at his chest.
Fucking kill me.
Look how somebody fucked up his tan.
Oh my God.
He doesn't look oily enough.
This is what's so popular right now.
All right, so we're ready for women. So you're at the show, and you're like, oh God, men's open and classics over.
Done.
What am I doing?
Bring out
here?
the women. What do they have? I know
You
they
got
have
Miss
wellness.
Olympia. You got Miss Olympia. That's Andrea Shaw.
Okay.
She is big. She's jacked. She's a big girl.
Okay.
Good for her. Then you got wellness.
Good for her.
Then you got women's.
So this girl that won that, are they bigger than wellness girls?
They're bigger than you.
Bigger than you.
So they're men,
They're not men.
but they're close.
They might have higher testosterone levels than
gonna
some
say,
men.
They might have some T going through their, a little higher T than maybe even me on TRT.
So their little things are probably bigger than my little thing.
There might be some what's that called? Masculation. I don't know. I looked her up on Instagram. She's a big
girl.
She's got big muscles, and she looks exactly like you would expect Miss Olympia to look. God bless her.
Congrats.
I don't understand it necessarily, but I don't need to.
Yep.
Then you have
That's growth.
Didn't
right there,
Dana Lynn Bailey have a Miss
where
Olympia?
you don't need to understand.
no. I don't think she won one. I don't understand why.
A woman would want to look so not feminine.
I don't understand why because women to have that much muscle have to take testosterone and
Other drugs.
other drugs. Well, we're talking.
No, we're just
women
talking
can,
about them.
Women can go to the gym and be as strong as they want. Women can be anything they want. Women can be men. I don't care.
He doesn't. He personally doesn't
I don't
understand the
I don't
desire.
understand. I don't even understand the desire why guys want to
Look like
necessarily
that.
do that. Even though I've lived a period of my life where that was me, I no longer remember why I wanted to do that.
Yeah.
Right.
So now you
So-
have a woman.
A woman has to take anabolic steroids, the premier male hormone, sex hormone, testosterone, and get that level way up to carry that much muscle for women's bodybuilding, like classic bodybuilding.
And there's a lot of side effects that come along with that.
It's extremely masculating. Changes your
Changes
jaw,
your voice.
Yeah, your clit gets looks like a fucking
I didn't
baby
want to say.
finger.
I didn't want to say that
You
word.
can say
but-
that.
Okay.
It's a
Yeah,
part
no.
of the body.
What's our time? I'm getting a little sick of talking about this.
You get some, you get some hair growth.
Yeah.
It's rough.
It's not,
and then you throw in the thyroid medications.
it's not healthy.
And woof, you're not getting your period.
Yeah.
I mean, girls who are just doing bikini aren't getting their fucking periods. It's like, it's bad for men, the amount of drugs and the dieting. It's really bad for women, in my opinion. Okay,
It's not just his
opinions
opinion, it's
expressed in the
facts.
show are not the opinions of
Doctors.
whatever. So listen. So you got Miss Olympia. That's like the heavyweight bodybuilding.
Wellness.
Then you got wellness. Then you got women's physique. Then you got fitness. I don't know if they like do like Jack LaLanne style, like tumbling and shit like that. And then you got fucking figure.
Right.
And then you got bikini.
Right.
And can we be honest? Like the only thing that anybody cares about is fucking bikini, really. And figure. Those girls look like in shape. The other ones are.
Fitness is like a dance.
I don't even
routine.
know a fucking difference between a lot of them. But I mean, whatever. Good for them. They're hats off.
Congrats to all the winners and everybody.
They're
that
in better shape
competed.
than I am.
Yeah, they are.
That's a fact. So
I just hope they're safe and they get healthy and they, maybe
don't blast the T3.
Yeah, slow down with the thyroid stuff.
Don't take birth control.
Yeah, birth control is really bad.
Drink raw milk.
Kefir.
Don't vape.
Have a
Kefir.
body fat percentage around 15 to 20%.
If you're a woman, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Not if you're John and me. John's trying to get his body fat percentage up so he can take the new Ozempic.
No, what's the new Ozempic?
I saw they have that's untrue. By the
He
way,
called me up and he said, "Guess what, Scott?"
That's John's a king of shortcuts.
He
I could
said,
totally
"Guess
see
what?"
him.
He says, "Guess what?"
Got the new miracle drug.
Ozempic is basically approved now for fat loss, and you just have to be 30% body fat. And
Are
he
you
says-
carrying it in underground?
I can't.
I told it to. I mentioned it to him as a potential topic because we had a
okay,
couple
that's something you
episodes
wanted to
ago we
do.
were talking about the Ozempic
Wegovy,
train,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
and there's a new one that was just passed for by FDA for weight loss. None of that stuff has been approved. The stuff that we talked about.
Yeah,
for
that
is
was
for
all
diabetes.
off label.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So now there's really no excuse to be fat.
Because you could just shoot yourself. That
You can just take you can get thyroid cancer and lose all the weight you need to lose.
suppress your hunger and not eat and
Not eat.
basically be a anorexic male.
Yeah. I'm still a fan of clenbuterol in high doses. I don't know what everybody's problem is.
That's so bad for your heart.
Oh, wow.
Resting heart rate is.
I
through
haven't
the
taken
roof.
that stuff in forever.
My resting heart rate is through the roof anyway.
Mine was 61 last night.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
He's got a bracelet. He's got like a little.
I know.
He's got a little person inside of a bracelet on
That's
his
right.
arm
Little
that tells
person.
him everything.
And I took my glucose this morning. It was 80. That's good, right?
That's really good. Fasted?
yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's great. Good for you.
Justin
care
cares
about my
about his health.
Peak health.
Yeah. Resting heart
But
rate.
he's Italian. He's going to die of a heart attack when he's 62. He goes outside. He's like doing some gardening.
from my dad's
He's
genes.
got pasta and some meatballs for his Sunday on the stove.
Yeah.
He's gonna go outside and clip some flowers. Or
He eats
pick some
ground
tomatoes.
turkey and feeds his dog
He's gonna be
blocks of
fucking-
cheese every day.
He's gonna be face down outside. Best shape ever.
Probably.
My fat ass will be fucking 82 years
I was
old.
going to say, you both are going to outlive me.
Yeah, it's kicked up.
Chill.
Talking about you. Remember Justin?
Yeah, remember Justin?
Yeah, he was a specimen.
Now
He
he's
looked
dead.
good.
He looked great.
Yeah. Thanks.
So that's all I got on the bodybuilding shit.
Right.
This is our underground after hours Mr. Olympia special.
People really care about this stuff, so I think it's going to get a lot of views.
Yeah, we could do like a little. I could tell a little story and take us out maybe.
Okay.
You got a story?
Yeah, I
You
told you
tell
guys.
good. You're a really good storyteller.
He
I
is a
think we
good
should make that
storyteller.
a new segment,
Story time.
especially about Scott's story, like his like story times from college.
You want me to pay? You guys
When you
can.
went
You
to
guys
college?
should pick stories for me to tell that you like some of your
No,
favorites.
like when you say college, you mean like real college, or like when you went to college, or when
Like
you went to
college,
prison?
not real
yeah,
college.
that's
no,
what-
no, not the prison. I have those stories too. Sure. Sometimes those are barn burners.
Yeah, I'm sure they are.
So
The flying desk was my favorite story, and I think you already told that. on
yeah,
the
it's a
podcast.
parable. That's
What's
more of a parable.
what's your fun story for tonight?
So yesterday, I found myself at a Christmas.
November fucking 10th.
Yeah, listen. Found myself at a Christmas festival type concert drone thing. It was like drone Christmas lights. There was going to be like a live band. and for kids and stuff. And
That's nice.
yeah, it was at Paramus Mall.
Oh wow.
I don't know if you've ever been there.
I have.
Have you?
Yeah.
Nightmare.
It's the worst mall.
I don't know if the worst
No,
mall.
it's not the worst.
Is
That's
it?
not true.
It was crazy. It's a nice
crazy.
mall.
I haven't been there.
No,
forever.
it's
They got a
beautiful
Lululemon.
mall.
They got a Nespresso store.
Yeah. No, it's a beautiful mall. It's just chaos up there.
The two stores that I wanted to go into was the anime store and the Nespresso store, and then the Tesla store. I would kind of go walking past.
Did you get to do? I drove Chris Smith's Tesla the other day.
Yeah.
That was fun. It was weird.
John wants a
He
Tesla.
always says Chris Smith on like every show.
Yeah,
Just
he's got a
When's the
love-hate
last
re-
time
I saw-
he's got a love-hate relationship for
Like,
him.
you
I've
do
never
it
met
at
I've never
five?
met two people that hate each other so much but really love each other.
Yeah.
When was
unreal.
that? When did I say his name?
I don't
He
know.
gave his whole government out last time.
I mean, it's-
clip it out.
It's a pretty common name.
It sounds like
Sounds
an
like a
alias. Is
serial
what it
killer.
sounds like.
All right, so look,
Paramus Mall,
Paramus Mall,
Christmas special,
Christmas special,
drones.
drone light. So I don't really know what I'm getting
myself.
myself into. It's just I like holiday stuff. I heard there was going to be food trucks there. It was sold to me in a very specific way. Food trucks and
Food trucks.
holiday
You're in.
stuff. I got to put some work in. So great. We go and we get we get pretty close to the stage, and I'm standing there. We're parked up, and it's like 45 minutes before this fucking thing starts. You get there super early, so I'm just standing there,
Just cold.
Yeah, it's be like I'm not waiting for like a cool band to come out. I'm waiting for cringe.
Santa.
They're like DJ Meow Meow. Swear to God.
Oh my
DJ Meow Meow, and I look up and there's a fucking sniper on the roof, and he's like shouldering the weapon and like looking like going through the crowd. I took a video and sent it to you guys.
Sure did.
Like it was like people on stage playing music and a big Santa Claus, and then I panned up and zoomed in, and it's a fucking police sniper on the roof.
Thank God it was a police sniper and not somebody else.
Yeah,
You know,
but I was like, oh my God, like
this is what life is in 2023.
welcome to Biden's America. Donnie? I've never seen a sniper on a roof
for a Christmas special.
in daylight because the sun hadn't gone down yet. So he wasn't even trying to conceal himself. And then there was the spotter too, the guy with the binoculars.
Right next to him?
Right next to him, he had a spotter, and I couldn't take my eyes off him. I was like, how's anybody feel comfortable here?
Like American Sniper.
Do you think anybody else saw it?
Yeah, 'cause I made it a point to tell people around me, and they
Of course you did. I mean, from the
I'm like,
video,
did you see the sniper? And
from the
lady's
video
like,
you
yeah.
sent, it didn't look like he was trying to conceal himself.
He was not. I think he was like trying to
Let everybody know that
everybody
I am
know.
there and I will fucking
And
he
if
mop
wasn't
you're
very far away.
If any of you are going to try to do some kind of thing, he was going to shoot. So that was cool. And I've never. Now, for a while, he was just standing next to the gun that was on a tripod or whatever they call it. I don't know. I'm not like a gun guy. But for some of the time, he had it shouldered and was staring down the scope. And you could see him like looking through the crowd,
No sudden movements.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
I was like,
That's wild.
I'm like, should I scream Allah Akbar real loud and see what happens? Just get my shoulder blown off.
Free Palestine.
Free Palestine. Bam. Okay, so a couple things that now listen. I'm not Christian. I mean,
What?
I am
Yes,
Christian.
you are.
I'm
Don't put that
Wait,
out
wait,
there.
wait.
Yes, you are.
Wait, let me explain.
He was
I'm-
raised Christian.
I am nominally Catholic. Okay, and as
Taking us in.
take us in. Take his Papa Zinneman. See what I did there? Zinneman. I didn't even mean to do that.
My man.
All right, so I am nominally Catholic.
Body
all
of
right,
Christ.
but as the show went on, they had songs and dancers, and there was a DJ, an MC, and it was all leading up to this drone light show. And it was like a pagan holiday where they worshipped a 70-foot Santa Claus. There was not one mention of what Christmas is about. There wasn't one song sung like Silent Night, Come All Ye Faithful.
Right. Nothing Christian
Not
related.
one thing about baby Jesus. Not one, right? And I noticed this like offhandedly, but then one of the acts was this flamboyant hula hooper in spandex and glitter, and he's twerking, shaking his butt.
In front of kids.
Oh yeah,
In front of kids.
doing splits and doing like
In spandex.
And I'm like, boo. I'm like
Boo.
trying to joke around with the people around me, and everybody hated me at this point. Because I'm like, sniper, look at the fucking
hula hooper
look at the hula
in
girl
spandex
guy thing.
Oh my god!
And then, okay, then a guy in a top hat and a sequence brings out this woman, and they're doing this like kind of risque, stretchy dance, right? And I'm like a little uncomfortable. Listen, I'm not a prude. I'm all for it. You know, get wild. You know,
Not at a kid show.
not
though.
at a kid's show,
Right.
But then she has roses, and she's holding them on different parts of her body, like her feet and like her mouth and her hands, and like he has a whip, and he's whipping the roses out of different body parts.
You went to like an SMM show, dude.
This was Paramus Christmas Festival. Okay, this was not a New York City sex, thing.
Yeah.
This. So
He's certain because he's been there too.
Yeah.
yeah, I got a golden ticket once. If I had $1 for every time some weirdo
He's got a
invited
punch
me
card
to
for
a
that
fucking
place.
swingers place, and I'm like, what? What's another story? I'm like, what do you want me to do there? Just, no, thank you. So then it all culminated to no porta potties, by the way. You have to go into the fucking mall to use a bathroom. Mm-hmm. It all culminated.
Wouldn't you rather go into the mall to use the bathroom?
I'm saying you got to piss and you're holding a spot because you want to see these fucking drones. So I guess,
Or the hula hooper.
or the hula hooper, like up close,
Christ.
What was his name? It's like Bryce the hula hooper with frosted tips. He looked like the Lance Bass.
I was just gonna say Lance Bass.
He looked
dude.
like fucking Lance Bass, shaking his butt for Christmas, for the holiday spirit. So then it all culminated into the drone show. Now, it's the first time I've heard about them. Drone light show, pitch black, right? Sun's down. And about 300 drones go up into the sky. Very, I had like with the sniper on the roof, I had a very like Ukraine, Russia kind of feel to it. And then all of a sudden, the drone light show starts. And it was one of the coolest fucking things. It is the future of fireworks.
I was
and
just
all
going to
that
ask
shit.
that. Do you think that this is the future of fireworks?
It was so cool.
Or the
'cause
cold weather fireworks.
It's 3D. It does like making nutcrackers. Obviously there was no mention of Jesus or like anything like that. But it did like shapes and colors, and there was like music from DJ Meow Meow. And and I was super impressed by it was almost worth
I was gonna say
freezing my ass off through
and
the
seeing
pagan.
and seeing the hula hooper.
So yeah, I think that's the future. I think that's what we're going to be seeing, a lot more of those things.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Really
all,
cool in person. I'm not easily impressed. I've seen a lot of things in my life. Okay,
I'm all for the drone shows. I don't know about the hula hooper in front of
I
children.
think you would have liked it though.
You thought I would have liked
I think you would have gotten into it,
the hula hooper?
just the whole thing. But yeah, probably that part too.
Yeah, sure. The drone thing seems kind of cool. I bet you. And then you said you were now, because you saw that, you're going to purchase yourself a drone.
I'm going to purchase myself a drone because a couple things. I noticed that a lot of the reels that take off have some drone footage in it.
We have drones in our reels.
Yeah, and I feel like
Are you going to collect 299 friends with drones so you could do your own light show?
could use it, yeah, so we can do our own light show, not specifically program. I'm going to purchase. I want to purchase a drone to terrorize my cats. Is what I want to do. I
Such
want
a good cat dad.
I want them to think that there is a large bird of prey in the house.
Can you put like a bird costume on your drone? Can you
Yes.
tape like a bird head?
Yeah, for Halloween I got those masks, and I was like, dude, I was by myself. Okay, so embarrassing. By myself, I'm in my car. I'm like, I'm gonna scare my cats. Nobody's in my house. It's just my cats. There's nobody to see or witness this. I'm like, I'm gonna go into my house with my mask on, and I'm gonna scare the crap out of them. Like I'm walking in, and they're all just
They
like,
don't even care.
they don't even
care,
give a
dude.
shit. I tried it twice with 2 different masks, and they didn't.
So did you like go back out and leave and put the different
I
mask
did
on?
2 different times. I put a big bird mask on, and
Didn't
I
work.
thought and they were like
A
they
big
were like,
bird. You have a big bird mask?
like the death.
Oh,
the
okay.
plague mask.
I was
Yeah.
concerned that you had a big bird from Sesame Street.
No.
mask.
Some
I put
pedo
the
shit.
scream mask on, nothing, and I put the bird mask on, and they were like, "What the fuck?"
Cats don't give a shit,
And
bro.
then they didn't care at all, and they were just like, "Yeah,
That
feed
would have
me."
scared the shit out of my dog. I'll tell you that much.
It would have scared the shit out of a human being. My
Yeah.
cats did not care.
Cats don't give
I
a
have
shit.
video of them not caring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
But
so
I was a little embarrassed because it would have been funny if it was just like somebody saw it. If
anybody would have got a drone in the group here, I would have definitely thought it'd be John, not you.
I don't have the patience to learn how to do that.
No?
No.
it's a fucking. It's
Pretty
like,
sure it's like driving an RC car, dude.
except there's up and down.
Yeah. I'm fairly confident in
I
you,
feel like
John.
there's a skill.
There's no
involved.
skill.
No shot.
No?
No
Okay.
way.
It's
I
like
think
driving
you-
a fucking RC car, except
Okay.
it's forward, back, left, right, up, down.
That's it.
Okay.
I think
It's
you
like
could
playing
do it.
Xbox.
I'm
Yeah.
wrong. You're right.
It's like Call of Duty.
I just think
No.
we have confidence in you.
No, I mean, it never really.
strafe right, straight left.
No, I don't.
No,
No.
All right,
I
I'm
didn't
gonna
even
get
have
one.
RC cars growing up.
I'm gonna get one, and
No,
I'm just gonna.
I was big into.
Did you?
I
Do you
was-
have the track? Did you have like?
I did have a track at one point, and then I got the ones that were like off road because I lived in New York, upstate. So we used to take those things off roading, even like the real fast ones, and do like backflips. It was fucking awesome.
Wow,
Love that shit.
you guys had money. I didn't have any of that.
My parents.
I had
all
the
right.
single track where you just pull the trigger on the thing
Yeah.
and it fly off.
And fly off,
every
yeah.
turn.
Yeah, well, I did. I had that as like a child, like a little kid. And
Yeah,
then
no,
He had that when he was 4.
Yeah, and then
he
I
just
graduated.
insulted
I
you.
was like
Sorry.
14
No, we were balling up in New York, bro.
playing Super Mario.
Shout out, Nooch.
Well, I think that's it. What do you think, Donnie? You got any questions or comments, concerns?
Donnie's like, I fucking hate you guys.
He's like, it's the worst hour and a half of my life.
And then he has to go listen to it 10 more times.
At one point, I glanced over at Donnie, and I'm like, I wonder if he just hates being here.
Yeah,
because
I
he
think
looked like he
likes
hated
it.
being
I
here.
think he likes it. It's like it's like you're involved in a conversation that you can't take part in. What's better than that?
And but that's the worst, because then you can't chime in.
He chimes in all the time.
He does.
That's why
We've
you should be mic'd
I
up.
was gonna say we've been talking about him being mic'd up for a minute now.
You still have liberal views. You took out an LLC. That's supposed to. You're supposed to immediately fill out
Switch
your
over.
paperwork for LLC and then change to Republican.
yeah.
That day,
Are you 30 yet?
it's coming.
It's over. No, it's over.
He's basically a libertarian now. That's all.
How could you
What do you
not?
think? I like Trump because of his politics. I like
he's
Trump
smart.
because he's
He's
funny.
such a smart guy. The guy's an idiot.
I like him because he's funny, and I like him because people hate him. And anything that makes people crazy like that is hilarious. to
That's
me.
why I want him to win. Is just to see people lose their mind
That's it.
again.
I just want to see.
Is he
people
going to jail?
Literally screaming.
I
Yeah,
don't-
of course.
When? And how is he going to be the president from jail?
Him and Vivek.
Yeah,
It's gonna be Trump Vivek.
Yeah.
2024.
I saw something. I mean, maybe it was the UFC thing, but people are like, "Oh, Tucker's going to be his vice president."
No,
Yeah.
Tucker said he'll never run.
yeah, I don't think Tucker's.
Why would he? It's just you're committing. You're getting.
He's doing just
Hillary
fine without
Clinton.
that shit.
You know, you can't say the things that he says. That you're going to be a populist. If you're a populist, then you're hated by everybody who has power, and they'll crush you. Look what they're doing, Trump.
Yeah,
You know, you think
So how
Trump
is he going to be a president if he goes to jail?
Dude,
I don't
listen,
think he's going to go to jail.
This could be the catalyst that starts the thing. You know, but nothing ever happens. So
I did hear that if we go to war, though, that they could push the election back. I don't know if that's true.
well, they did that in the Ukraine. They're like, oh, we're at war. No more democracy.
Yeah, I just don't know if that applies here in America. But
Who knows, dude? They pull
Like
shit out
it's-
of their asses all the time. Look what they did for Corona.
yeah,
Oh, you can't go to the beach. So I thought I lived in America.
can't swim in the ocean.
So you can't go to the gym. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
And people were like, oh, no, that's a thing.
they're right.
They told us. The TV told us. That's the thing about that's why I always like I have friends that are cops. And I like back the blue. I have a police discount. But then you hear like that point. It's like at the end of the day, those motherfuckers are going to enforce the shit.
They have to. Yeah,
Yeah, you know, what are they going to do? Oh, just doing my
They need-
job.
they
As
need a
shoot
paycheck
you.
too, yeah.
They execute you in your house because you didn't wear a mask to the food store.
a lot of masks coming back. I was on a plane this
Oh,
week.
guys, you should see the Christmas thing.
Bro,
Everybody's got a mask on. Like, what
what
happens?
Are they still doing masks on the plane? That was the worst.
They weren't. They don't make you, but there was a lot of people. With
I
masks
vape on a plane. I vape right through my mask.
I was.
Shit.
I was zinned
When I
out
was
on-
flying a lot,
zinned out.
they had a lot of the mask policy. When I was flying a lot, they had them, and they were great. They would wake you up out of a dead sleep if your mask was like
came
below
down
your
with your
nose.
I
nose.
just
Yeah.
stayed drinking water. You know, like if you're
Yeah.
drinking water, they get like a sip, sip, sip,
Yeah.
sip, sip, sip.
His
You know?
water intake during Corona was great.
I love that they really thought that was doing something.
Yeah, so I guess we'll talk to Donnie about that.
So we'll do the takeout thing. So we are. I'm gonna sell people stuff now. We are monetized. If you like our show, check out our little shop down below.
Have we made any money yet?
$3.25 because he's a member.
Oh, okay.
I signed up.
So he more or less should have just given us each $1.
Yeah, including himself.
And not even, he should have just given you and I $1, not even signed up.
Yeah, but that's how people will see. Oh, they have a member, and then they're gonna want to be like, I don't want to miss out on.
Do we have to do exclusive content for Justin?
for just me and you? Thank you, as our member.
You're welcome.
Here's your early access to the
I
show.
support.
You do support. I don't. John doesn't support. It's my YouTube channel, so I'm not gonna.
Me and John are basically married, so it's an extension of.
You just use the business card?
I didn't. I used my personal card.
So we have a shop down below where I sell merch and supplements. Check it out. I have all sorts of stuff. If you look around, you can find
Something for everybody.
some gray area stuff. Wink.
Our website's on there too, so check out Paramount Gym's
Check out
website.
Paramount Gym and consider becoming a member because we're footing this bill ourselves. This is an expensive hobby,
You ain't kidding.
but it's fun. I'm having a good time.
I always do.
I always compare our little show to other people's little shows, and I'm always happy to crush them.
Definitely makes you feel good at the end of the day.
Yeah, because there's a couple of people I don't like I low key hate, and everybody has a podcast. So every once in a while, I'll just go on incognito. I don't know if you guys know this. YouTube has an incognito mode, so you don't give them the view or the click.
Don't do that to us, though.
Don't do that to us. Watch
Give us
us
the
with your
clicks.
account, like and comment,
That'd be great.
and I go check out
Talk
like,
shit.
competitors or people that I don't like that I know have stupid podcasts, and I play a game with myself. How long can I last before I turn this piece of shit show off?
What do you usually last? Over
2 or 3
under 2
minutes, and then I call John. I'm like, I just listened to this fucking guy's podcast. It's so bad. I can't believe 10 people watched it.
Yes, killing them,
Killing them.
motherfucker.
So consider becoming a member, and we'll do stuff to make it worth it. Probably.
Promise you.
Sooner
or later.
Welcome to Underground Shows. Today we're talking about what should we do? Funny.
Yeah, of course. The funny ones are the best.
Welcome to Underground Nutrition After Hours. Today we're talking about
Gay bodybuilding,
the gayest sport that's ever existed.
besides CrossFit.
Do you like striated glutes?
Tune in.
Welcome back to Underground Nutrition After Hours. Today we're talking about men's bodybuilding. John's favorite.
That is John's favorite.
John's favorite hobby to watch. And pagan holidays.
Check it
And
out.
snipers.
Yeah.
Today we're talking about homoerotic.